Yup. He just did it. Dave Filoni just saved Star Wars. And of course, I'm talking about the Ahsoka episode 4, an absolutely mind-bending episode that I think is probably the best version of Star Wars we've ever seen on Disney+. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these other shows have great moments. I particularly love, of course, the Luke Skywalker episode at the end of Mando Season 2. I think the beginning of Mando Season 2 also absolutely epic with the Krayt Dragon. And I even love some stuff from Book of Boba Fett, but nothing has pulled together all of the different elements of Star Wars into a singular episode of television that felt so much like what George has done and so much like what we love about Star Wars movies. And by the way, I have incredible videos already scripted that are going to deep dive on all of these crazy things that are being revealed in this episode. And I have heard that episode 5 is going to be like a religious experience, is going to be mind-bending, and is going to change Star Wars forever, and yet also be something that Star Wars fans have wanted for a long, long time. And this just came out as I was recording this little reaction to Ahsoka episode 4. Disney is literally putting episode 5 into movie theaters in select markets around the world on next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, a lot of fans are going to go watch Ahsoka episode 5 in the movie theater. And that speaks volumes of the confidence that Lucasfilm has in this project. And it's amazing because I've heard so many good things about episode 5. Wow, 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 wow. So let me just list like the things that I liked about the episode. We're of course going to talk about the crazy reveal at the end, which is amazing. And there's a lot to that. But this episode does everything right. I mean, it even starts off with incredible action sequences. I think some super fun shooty, fighting, lightsaber combo stuff with Sabine and Ahsoka together. You even get like Huang commenting on that, how they work better together. And the entire episode has this ticking time bomb thing of them actually getting out into the new beyond. And it causes the pace of the episode to just be fantastic. The two characters go from fighting the HK droids and the different assassins to fighting Shin and Marrok. And I gotta say, as somebody who has not loved all of the lightsaber combat in Ahsoka, I think the fights in the forest between Sabine and Shin and Ahsoka and Marrok are some of the best lightsaber fighting I've seen in all of Star Wars. Smooth, awesome samurai tension with stance switching and really cool stuff that Dave likes to play with as far as building the tension. We get to see the actual prowess of Ahsoka on full display, absolutely dominating Marrok, and I thought it was awesome. But even the fight with Shin and Sabine is really well directed. Shout out to Peter Ramsey, who directed this episode. Fan-freaking-tastic job with the action sequences in the middle of this. It was so damn cool, and it leads into a fight between Ahsoka and Baylan, which I really have come to love. When I first watched it, I was like, oh, Baylan's a little big, he's a little clunky. I went back and watched it. It's so damn cool, dude. Baylan is an incredible villain. You know, obviously, it's, you know, rest in peace to Ray Stevenson. And, you know, what a performance he left us with. And, you know, there's all sorts of like emotions that come with that because he is, of course, gone and will not be able to reprise this role. But man, did he deliver something absolutely epic. Like, not just in the sense of action, but the way he's delivering this dialogue, elevating the sequence, like really hard carrying some of these interactions between him and Ahsoka. It was really cool. And I felt like the combat was fan-freaking-tastic. And this episode also has the best New Republic and Hera stuff out of all of the other episodes. Like, this is vintage Hera just doing what she has to do. I absolutely love that they brought the homie back from The Mandalorian, and they have X-Wings that go with the Ghost, and just everything about that sequence is like so on point with her leaving the fleet to go help her friend. And then the way that comes together with the actual Scion launching into hyperspace and causing the chaos of that scene with the X-Wings crashing into each other and everybody trying to survive the expansion of that energy as that Scion went into hyperspace. Fan-freaking-tastic. And I also just gotta say, like, shout out to Dave for taking simple Star Wars concepts that we've had up forever and, like, elevating them. So I've never been this excited and tense and curious about a jump into hyperspace. The fact that this thing is going beyond our galaxy, and just the technology that was used. There's like shots of Balin like looking around as it's happening, and you're like, yo, what is gonna happen? And the visuals were absolutely on point. And again, it's something we've seen a million times in Star Wars, jumping into hyperspace, but it's used in such a way that not only does it drive the tension of the entire episode, but it's like truly different, like an elevated version of something that is familiar to us, which is really like where Dave shines. Like, that is the magic. That's why Tales of the Jedi is so damn good. That's why parts of the 7th season of Clone Wars are so good, because Dave knows how to take what we already know, what we're familiar with, and not alter it in any way that's disrespectful, and instead amplify it with further canon, further emotional impact from characters that we love. It's fan-freaking-tastic stuff. I really think he is shining through in this episode in particular. And the episode, of course, ends with Anakin Skywalker literally saying, "Hey, Snips, and I didn't expect to see you this soon," in the world between worlds, in what is absolutely an internet-breaking moment. And I'll be honest, like, I was sitting back and wondering to myself, how are they going to do the marketing for episode 5? Anakin is said to be a huge part of episode 5, but how do you reveal that without like spoiling stuff or whatever? And I had no idea Anakin was going to be in this 4th episode, and what a perfect way to tee up that 5th episode, break the internet, and get fans talking. And again, I have multiple videos that I'm working on about Anakin, the world between worlds, what's really going on there, is Ahsoka dead, etc., etc. But that is not just a cool piece of like fan service, right? I know some haters and some retractors out there will be like, oh, well, that's just, a cheap trick, using Anakin, etc., etc. And it is so not that. And Dave Filoni has put in the hard work to prove to us as fans that that's not what it is. This guy elevated the character of Anakin via Clone Wars. He understands this character at an intimate level, and oh man, I can't wait to get into the lore that supports what's actually going on here. Next week, Dave Filoni will actually, finally, and fully redeem Anakin Skywalker, and that's going to be absolutely incredible. But it's like the fact that he can create a thing that is like a big, Twitter thing where people are going to talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. It's blowing up, but it's also founded in lore. It's also there with purpose, and it's going to elevate what we know about Star Wars, the characters, the cosmic force, the chosen one, all of it. It's like, that's why this episode just saved Star Wars. And that's why Dave is the guy to save Star Wars, because he's going to be able to take us into literally new galaxies and into freshness while also staying true to the stories that George told. That's like his whole freaking thing. And he's the only guy that gets it. And he just delivered exactly what the Star Wars fandom needed in spades. I absolutely love this episode. I'm incredibly excited for episode 5 and the rest of the season. I'm telling you, I'm saying it. Dave Filoni just saved Star Wars. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll be doing a stream tonight at 6 p.m. breaking down a lot of my thoughts. And like I said, a lot of very detailed lore-based theory videos coming out before episode 5 on this channel. So subscribe so that you don't miss that. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.